you some things, baby, I can stand.
Huh?
Look, cause she don't know I'm the. I can take a show, yes, I. Cause I be steady popping tags. Got in my Birkin, how to get up on my back. We get money, city. Tell me why you put your hands in the sky. Eyes, I see through, yeah, the sky. Eyes, I know. Cause I must take a bitch. Took on a day, night, pay for shit. I like
Uh-huh.
my money blue. Lilo and Stitch. I like
Uh-huh.
my money blue. Look, not no crip,
Uh-huh.
guys. I can't say bop bop bop, say who can. She just topped me off, and I watch you kiss her. I've been feeling bored, I might just I've been feeling bored, I might fucking your sister.
Uh-huh.
I say nah, girl, the only fans, and I know that I'm not your only man. I can get real, got me fucking friend real, but you better think God, I'm not that. You understand? Can keep blowing on my phone.
Hey, stop.
Couldn't get a text back, but now you know me cause I said it's really nice to meet you. Sorry I can treat you like an equal. I might leave one time. They can be no bitches be birds, yeah. Bitches be some seagulls. And I got crips. Make a movie like Regal. Damn.
Uh-huh. Yo, he got like
Damn.
20, he got like 20 songs in the cut that he ain't never even post yet.
It's like 50.
Like 50?
Yeah.
Yo, nah, that's tough. A lot of people can't go to the studio and do nothing. You could just got like you just got 50 in the cut just chilling. Like,
Look, you gonna
and
hear?
he just made his YouTube account when you said like the other day, right?
Yeah.
And I got the
Yeah, that shit.
tripod too, y'all. It's a little bit different
Tripod.
now. Just got the tripod gangsters. For me, first live of the Patreon lit. For me,
Yo,
hey,
this one is tough. Hold
hey,
on. Damn.
hello,
What should I have
hello,
my.
hello, hello.
I started saying some real shit in this though. Like,
Uh-huh.
let that chopper sing, nah, 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 nah. If that new nigga that you fuck with, I'm the only one you should be stuck with. I give you
Uh-huh.
my heart and you dubbed it.
That shit hard.
That you turned your back on me. Like, nah, 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 yeah. Hold on, I might start talking again.
Uh-huh.
And I two see the coupe, Varia. I broke your heart, I'm not sorry. I've been fighting demons, so I can text you. The only one that I can't confess to. Nah, nah. So can you
Gangster.
stay with me one
Gangster.
more time? Don't go, don't play with me one more
Gangster.
time. Don't go. Her love is too slow. Like,
Gangster.
damn. She got me fucked up, got me fucked up. I can't, I don't care though. She a weirdo. I walk past her, I know she's scared though. I'm like, I don't trust you, cause I'm DTB forever, like forever. Niggas be ratting, chasing cheddar.
Uh-huh.
CDG, my heart on my. She acting up, I told Bestie get her. Yeah, yeah, I know she do it. No, I left you. New phone, don't text me. I just wanna fuck, I thought you knew this. Niggas mad that I'm lit now, got a new.
So yeah, we about to get in the
I don't give a
studio together.
fuck, do
Gangster.
me. Like, watch out, this is me now.
Outside.
Yeah,
The vibes. You got Ty Star with me. Gangster. Got Star with me, you heard? Young Star with me. Gangster. As you can see from me, the title and all that, it's about to be some raw talk. Me and bro just came from the park, putting in work. Just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's in the building for the Patreon, the first Patreon. I need y'all to know, gang. I may not have 5,000 subscribers on here like I got on YouTube, but I need you to know that I'm not worried about none of that. It's a few things I want to say real quick, right? On YouTube, I was getting paid chump change for doing all of them raw live streams that I was doing. People making, reaction diss videos, nobody really appreciating it. Well, not nobody, but if you know, you know. Like, just a lot of stuff getting taken out of context, whatever. So my approach to YouTube is gonna be very like professional. I'm not gonna be saying too much, so just know, right? Obviously, before we get into the topic of discussion, I got a few things I want to say just to let y'all know the vibes. Just know that I'm not saying too much on YouTube ever again about nothing for real. Like this live shit I was about to do, all these likes that you see, like the 9 likes that it already had, that came from I was about to do this live on YouTube, speaking on this raw topic. But with YouTube, it's funny how I got people that are try to troll to the point where they talking about, oh, this, that, and the third, about real shit that I've been through in my life. Niggas talking crazy on that shit. And personally, I feel like it take away from my raw documentary because it's already hard enough to be raw on the internet. with personal shit. And then you got these dickhead weird niggas saying mad funny shit in the comments while I'm trying to be serious. So I'm ready to just do that shit on Patreon, bro. Niggas, my time, and y'all respect y'all time. It's not gonna be doing no weird shit in my shit because, you know, people don't appreciate shit until they don't really have access to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, tragic night. People don't really appreciate certain shit until they don't have access to it. On some real businessman shit, and I'm about to do straight like this. Niggas is not no response from me unless you on my Patreon. I'm not responding to no comments on YouTube. I'm not responding to comments even on my regular Discord. You gotta join my Patreon Discord. Yeah, for me, I'm gonna do one more live stream on YouTube, just letting niggas know what the vibe is about to be like. But just know, gang, out of respect for my Patreon, I just thought about it in my mind, like, what do niggas love me for? What do niggas appreciate about me? And I know that niggas love when I'm in real time, raw, and you just see me in real life. Just like really just outside for me with gang and all that. Just like real life vibe type shit, gangster. So I'm not about to be doing that on both. I feel like here is where I need to be doing that at. Where niggas is really coming out their way to come see that. Where what's the point of you being here if you could just go on YouTube and see me do the same shit that I'm gonna do here on YouTube? So we not going live on YouTube no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I know niggas love me for that. So I'm about to take that away completely. I thought about not doing that, but then I'm like, nah, gang, like, for me, like, niggas gotta come over here, bro, because niggas love being able to interact with me in real time, see me in real time. So, yeah, this is gonna be straight Patreon exclusive, bro. Gangster, we gonna get these subs up in the Patreon. And this is just the beginning. So, for everybody that's here, my first few followers on here, I need y'all to know that y'all already been knowing. Numbers do not define what I do. Numbers do not define the way I approach my content. It never has and it never will. So don't even get that confused, gang. Gangster. Alright. For me, but shout out to everybody in the building. We got Ty Star in the building. You know what I'm saying? See, the topic of discussion on this live is just talking about like, okay, maybe I can ask you this, right? What do you feel like? Do you feel like your relationship with your mother affected your relationship with women? Like meaning like certain traumatic experiences that you may have, like me, for example, right? My mom was very neglective. She was very, like, she put her boyfriend before me type shit. So that really affected the way that I just have relationships with women because my relationship with my mother was doodle. So I would say, me personally, I lack like compassion. And I don't know, sometimes I lack just that understanding of what even a female is. Because I'm trying to rationalize, like, all right, what is it that makes a female special if my mother, I was her first kid, and when I was in 3rd grade all the way for the rest of my life, you let your boyfriend beat on me. And that affected my relationship with just women in general. You know what I'm saying? So just like have you ever been through like anything traumatic, like with your people, like with your moms?
Yeah, of course, bro. Like,
You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah. Yo, I remember a lot of shit in my life, man. How I let that define me in my relationships with my shorty or whoever I talk to now, it's like because of the love that I wanted to be around so much. Yo, go look, bro. So I'm gonna tell y'all, I never really talk about this on social media, but I'm gonna be upfront because we on the real time. We talking raw. This is the Patreon. Y'all getting the exclusive, nigga. Fuck the YouTube shit. Yo, feel me? I never really got to spend a lot of time with my mom throughout my life. Like, whenever I did, it was always back and forth. So it was really easy for me to disconnect from females and people.
That's real. See, that's real.
Keeping it a beam with y'all. So when it comes to like people, like bitches, I could feel so heavily about them, and then I always accept that, yo, if shit's going bad, then it's going bad. It's time to disconnect from the whole situation. I I have a hard time now latching on to people. Well, at least females. At least I have a hard time connecting with them. Not connecting, but like fully committing. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Fully committing. So I never got that full connection with my mom. Like seeing my mom every day throughout my life. Like I'll probably see my mom a grand total. I'm 20, by the way. Probably see my mom a grand total of like 8 years out of my 20 years of living. That's more than half. So it's like, yeah.
That's very real right there, what you just said. Like, how if your own mother, right, is not really, you don't feel that real connection with her, that's where, like, commitment starts from. You have to, because we didn't ask to be here. So you have to feel that commitment from your mother for her to be committed to you as a child. And when you're not feeling that, it kind of make you feel, a certain way about yourself. That starts to just kind of, it programs you in a certain way, especially when you young. Imagine, how old was I in third grade? I had to be like 7, 8 years old. So I wasn't even familiar with no relationship, no love. I didn't understand principles and maybe what a mother's supposed to do, not supposed to do. And I was already starting a process. What the fuck is this shit though? Like, this definitely ain't right. Like, I shouldn't not feel like I can't come talk to you about your own boyfriend beating on me. And then when I go talk to you about that shit, it's a problem. Like, you taking his side. That was the most confusing shit in life, trying to figure out, okay, what the fuck is a woman, nigga?
Yo, the thing is too, bro. Like, I want that shit though. Like, I want that type of relationship with like a girl, even with my mom, like that, to where it's like unconditional.
Right.
Right. So, like,
yeah.
So it's like, yeah. So I want that type of unconditional type of love, but from a female. I want that shit, and that shit really affects me because I feel like heartbroken at the fact that no matter how much I feel like things are going good between a shorty and I, it seems to always gonna end up being bad somehow. Like, seems to always we gonna end up leaving each other because that's just the harsh reality of things that I've been faced with.
Right.
That's where a lot of my like the heartbreak from my music comes from. I make music and I make shit that I feel and that I've felt.
Like, you be in your feelings a lot?
Hell yeah, I be in my feelings a lot because that's all I have to express, really. That's all I am at the end of the day. Is how I feel. Huh?
You want shit right here for you?
Yeah. All I am at the end of the day is how I feel. I'm not none of the shit that I have on. I'm not none of the money that I have. All I am is how I feel, bro. Like, fuck this physical appearance that I got, nigga. It's really what's on the inside.
That's what a lot of niggas don't really be understanding about life too. It's like, it's really about how you feel about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because people think that they can hide certain ways that they feel about life and shit like that until you caught up in situations where you can't fucking hide from that shit, nigga. And where people gonna have a chance where they could eventually be able to see who you really are and how you really feel about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be...
Real life thing came on YouTube. She hopping the fence over there trying to get into her. She's sneaking into the crib. What's up with her?
I can't even zoom in on that shit.
See her.
There's fucking sun in the way. Gangster.
Trespasser.
Man, she just hopped that gate.
You don't see this on YouTube. You don't see Trespasser on YouTube. You see this on the Patreon, nigga. Stop playing.
Nah, gangster though. Gangster. Yo, shout out to everybody in the building, you heard? I'm excited for this Patreon, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. I really am. This gonna be a game changer. So, yeah, that's what we about to do on this side, where we about to do what I was doing on YouTube, what people love me so much for. You know, I got these gay ass troll niggas so invested in me, saying mad dumb shit. Niggas talking about, oh, why you doing the Patreon shit? You know, you gotta still do YouTube. Why you running away from YouTube? You dumb motherfucker, how am I running away from YouTube if I'm just, bro, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm thinking about it, right? These niggas be on my dick so much where sometimes I get distracted. So I just want to do like the shit where I'm actually going on my way to talk to niggas. I want to do that shit exclusively. And now I could really focus on YouTube in the right way. Meaning, YouTube, I could just do that shit where we just doing straight videos and I don't gotta deal with me in real time trying to talk to niggas and I gotta see dumb shit going on in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could throw me off of what the fuck I'm trying to do. So that's why we here with that, gangster. And, you know, a couple niggas want to try to say, oh, niggas ain't subbing to the Patreon until you lock it in with the no-fap or this, that, and the third. So honestly, that's cool. If that's how you want to feel about it, that's great. That means eventually, y'all little egotistical ass niggas that don't really want to invest in it yet, whatever, that's great because all I gotta do is get my shit right and y'all niggas gonna be on site, gangsters. So that's nothing. But niggas already know in real time that my shit is really that raw. Like, I'm just a raw ass nigga. You're not gonna come across a nigga like me on a day-to-day basis. I'm just a very unique person. Everything about me is unique. The way I step, the way I walk, the way I talk. And because I give myself out for the free on that YouTube app, you know what I'm saying? Like for example, let me break down to y'all what's so frustrating about YouTube, bro. Nigga, it's a live stream that I did, bro. And I'm gonna really show y'all the numbers on my Patreon exclusively to show y'all what every single video I've ever done, how much it make. There's this one live stream, my nigga, where I put my heart into that shit. You know, I wanna know how much I got paid for that one live stream I did for like 3-4 hours? And I did that shit like 2 months ago. I only made $1, nigga. Imagine you got 4 or 5K subscribers. You finally get your shit monetized. You like, oh, all right. You don't really know what the monetization shit really gonna be about. But you just like, all right, bet, let's see what it's gonna be about. Nigga, I'm looking at my analytics, checking the numbers on that shit. $5 for this live stream. $3 for this live stream, this video. You just like, and then niggas be wondering why I don't really be having the most motivation to not relapse or whatever. Cause it's like, at the end of the day, no matter what I do, like, that shit, that's why it's like I had to come up with a plan where it's like, all right, I could still be my raw, authentic self, but, and still do my YouTube shit without being distracted. Because also, I feel like with the YouTube live streams, I'm so much of a real life, present moment, raw type of nigga where people just can't help but to try to shoot they little bullshit, gay ass shit at me. Where now it just distract me and it caused drama, it caused trouble. Niggas start saying certain shit, I start saying certain shit back. And niggas bringing up other YouTubers that be sucking dick. Then I be saying shit about them. And then it's like, then I be feeling dumb at the same time as I be like, yo, niggas did not come for all that. Niggas ain't couldn't watch my video to see all that. So now it's like, niggas is gonna get me confused as a person, cause like, is he an entertainer or is he just a nigga that really just speak on real shit? But it's a mixture of both because niggas, you have to find entertainment in the bullshit because you don't want to take it too serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, this nigga on live, he bugging out right now, talking crazy. I'm not about to really take that serious. So niggas just start finding entertainment. Like, yo, I just know that when he go live, it's a high possibility that he gonna try to do his thing, but he gonna most likely end up getting distracted by some bullshit. And I can't help that because I'm only human. You know what I'm saying? So even just in real time shit like this, it's me chilling with gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't really deserve all that shit because they kind of don't appreciate it enough. And I'm gonna make niggas appreciate my shit. Like, let me tell y'all something about life, bro. I was just talking to bro about this shit, right? Just about like knowing your worth. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta understand, bro, like ain't nobody else gonna help us know our worth or make us understand our worth. So me knowing my worth is being able to do the deciphering that I've been able to do to get to the point where I'm like, all right, I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table YouTube-wise, why people love coming to my content regardless. Hating ass niggas can't stop sucking my dick, whatever. And they still keep coming back watching the shit. So what is it that's so special and that I bring to the table that even niggas that don't like me can't stop coming back to come fuck with it? Oh, it's the live streams. It's that when I'm live in real time and I'm just out here walking through the trenches with niggas from the trenches and the content just raw and we talking about sexual health, we talking about mental health, we talking about traumas. You know what I'm saying? That is worth $8 a month, my nigga. I don't care what nobody say. So all these little weird gay ass troll niggas that's gonna try to say, you know what I'm saying? Oh, who go like these niggas really be on my dick to the niggas be saying shit like, oh, who gonna sub to your Patreon? All you about to do on there is just tell niggas every time you relapse, or you just gonna be telling people your personal business. Don't nobody care about that anyway. But yet, you care enough to write all of that in a paragraph to send it to my comment section though. So that always just let me know, like, I got niggas invested, bro. So when niggas hear about me, right? When niggas hear about me, 100+ days, no fat, and I'm really just doing my fitness shit, getting bigger and all that, the Patreon is gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. When 2-3 months go by, watch this, right? When shout out to Naga Soul Gangster, right? When 2-3 months go by, and niggas see that I'm really taking this Patreon shit serious, and I'm not really on that YouTube, gay ass YouTube shit where it's free 99 and niggas on my dick for free 99. Nah,
Free 99.
gangster, like worse. Now when niggas see that I'm dead ass serious about that shit, it's gonna be a difference. Niggas gonna be like, oh shit, like it's been like 2-3 months. I seen that nigga really just get on there with that raw energy. Not a lot of niggas on YouTube doing that shit. They gonna go back to my old live streams and remember how the energy felt of just me going live with that raw energy. And they gonna miss that shit. And they not gonna be able to help it. Eventually, niggas gonna pull up. Gangster, so let me give y'all an update of what's gonna happen on the Patreon, right? Shit like this. Me and Ty told him, I was like, yo, we ever want to talk about just some real raw life shit about shit that niggas might have been through in the hood, day-to-day basis, where Ty, like, he not really no internet nigga. So I don't want this nigga to get distracted. He talking about some real live street shit or some real personal shit. And then you got these dick ride niggas in the fucking comments doing mad gay shit for attention. You know what I'm saying? Because they so fanned out that they can't help but just start acting crazy because we in the building. So yeah, shit like that. Just like us chopping it up. Me, niggas is never gonna see me with my girlfriend on YouTube. No more, nigga. I'm not talking about nothing personal on YouTube, nigga. I'm talking about anything that got to do with my living situation, anything that got to do with me moving out, anything that got to do with my SR no fab streak on a personal level, how it really make me feel on a personal level. We not saying too much on YouTube no more. It's over. Over. So, let me ask you this, Todd. Like, when you started feeling like you ever felt like your mom Deuce kind of like fell back from you in a certain way, where like, if you was to like, let's say, get locked up because you got into some shit, right? You know in the back of your mind that she gonna be like, oh, that was on you.
Nah, I never felt like that.
You never felt like that, so that's good then. That's good. So it wasn't that bad. That's good. Me, I felt that. Where like once she booted me out the crib and kicked me out, if I would have ended up getting locked up because maybe I might have been actually like sad and hurt that my own mother turned her back on me, she would have probably been looking at me like, well, you know what I'm saying? And that, thinking about shit like that is mad hurtful. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I used to like question a lot why. For me, I used to question a lot why. I got a song called Why too. I kind of talked about that as well. I used to question like why it is that out of all my siblings, I'm the only one here by myself. Mind you, I've been living by myself, but I've been have forced to be grown up since I was like 5. When I could really start counting. Like, it's always been on my mind since I was a little kid. Like, yo, how am I gonna be the breadwinner of the family? Like, how am I gonna accomplish things that nobody in my family has ever seen? That shit always been on my mind. Like, I always been super grown since I was a kid. And maybe that's why my mom felt the courage that she probably knew that, yo, I'm gonna send this nigga to a whole different country by himself and let him raise himself, because maybe she just knew the type of person I am, that I'm gonna be Gucci. And look at me now. For me, I'm good.
Wait, so out of all of your siblings, you was the only one that got sent here?
I'm the only one that got sent to America. I'm originally from Trinidad. I'm the only one that came up here. Where I never been. They haven't visited me. My little sister visited me, but my mom hasn't visited me
And how long has it been?
since I've been up here. So last time I came up here again, for like the last time, I think my freshman year of high school. I graduated high school now, by
How
the
many
way.
years ago was that? Like 5?
Like
6?
7
So you haven't
years.
seen your mom in real life for 6 years?
Yeah, I haven't seen my mom in real life in like 6 years.
So how does that make you? Do it make you feel neglected? Like she don't care?
Yo, what's crazy is that I kind of built like a self-defense mechanism of I don't even really care about that shit. Like I could really go about my day, and this shit don't really make me feel.
But we gonna be real. That's cap. It's cap that you don't. That you. Of course you hurt. You haven't hugged your mom in 6 years.
Nah, bro, I really like.
That's whack.
Bro, I'm telling you, I grew to be. I grew and I accepted like, yo, this is just what it is now, and like I kind of grew that tolerance of when I was younger. I used to cry a lot. Like when I was in middle school, I used to cry all the time. Like, yo, why am I here with myself? But it kind of became like, yo, I'm just here now, and I can't change this shit.
Right. So you just feel like you became numb to that shit.
Yeah, I really did become numb to that shit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
My siblings, my mom, they tell me they miss me all the time. I don't say that shit. I say that shit back sometimes, but when I don't, it always be in the back of my mind. Like I don't really know what it feel like. Really,
Right.
to miss
You know
people
what I
on the whole.
learned? Keep it a buck. Like I learned like that's really what set other niggas apart from other niggas. That make maybe niggas like us more attractive to women than other niggas is that even though we got our flaws, like maybe like we grew up having a bad diet for most of our lives, maybe like, you know, not thinking that watching porn was bad, so we was doing that a lot. Shit like that, not protecting your energy, shit like that. But yet, because of what we was forced to go through, it made us just have a certain type of numbness to the world and to life that just kind of make us a little bit more grounded as men out here than just the average nigga. And then niggas be wondering why women may be more attracted to niggas like us that's maybe from the trenches and been in the trenches our whole life. That's all we really know is the trenches. It's because like the adversity that we had to go against and the certain shit that we had to learn how to just adapt to eventually just made us just have a certain type of approach to just like our day-to-day that the average nigga don't have. You know what I'm saying? Certain type of nonchalantness. Like that's another thing. Like we in the trenches right now, and you wouldn't know that by the energy that we got. We chilling, but this is not a safe neighborhood at all. This is the trenches. So just that alone, like feeling comfortable in dangerous ass environments where we could just be so nonchalant because we just so numbed out from that pain. And the pain start from home. That's where it start from. For me, like, gangster. You know, I couldn't really speak about this shit on YouTube because like niggas be doing too much, bro. And when I don't know, what I learned is that when I'm talking about certain shit that I could really feel in my spirit that's hard to speak on, and then I'm seeing certain niggas just be weird about certain shit, it's like that shit just really disgusts me, my nigga. But it's like, I get it, it's the internet, you could be how you want to be, say what you want to say, but it's really just like, how do you have it in you to say certain shit though, nigga?
Yo, and it's like, sometimes even now, like it's really hard for me to say. Yo, it's really hard for me to say a lot of shit. Like even now in this very moment,
It is.
I realize, I'm gonna realize. This is how I know that this is the right thing. Like when I could really speak how I feel with melodies and singing and saying music. Feel me with music. Like I remember the first time I was in the studio, bro. Like talking to bro right now. I'm not even looking at the camera. Like the first time I was in the studio, bro. It felt like, I could finally say something.
Right.
Like I finally had a voice. Yeah. Now we're in the building, but it felt like, yo, I finally had a voice that I could say shit that I've been trapped, that I trapped away so far back in my mind. Like, yo, there's a lot of shit that a lot of people don't even know about me that I keep secret, that I put the shit hints in my songs. Like that ass. In one of my songs I was talking about suicide. And it's like, in the moment, I didn't know that. I knew that's how I felt, but I just said it in a song. But I started thinking about it months later. I'm like, yo, this is like my way of saying shit that pushed away in the back of my mind. I didn't even want to bring to the surface. I bring that shit out in music, bro. And I'm like, that's a talent that God gave me, bro. I'm like, no way I'm able to actually do this shit and do it so like fucking like efficient to the point where people bump in their head like, nah, this nigga talking about some crazy shit, but nah, this shit kind of flock still.
I want to ask you something too, right?
Yeah.
So, how do it feel, right? Let's say you going through some shit with your girl, and y'all breaking up, making up, and she really just like care, her emotions is invested, but yet you got your moms that haven't even been able to like physically touch you and hug you and tell you she love you face to face. Do it make you feel like the way that these women feel about you is not really real because your own mother don't care to be like, yo, I gotta see my son. It's been 6 years, I ain't seen my son. I ain't hug him. I ain't hang out with him. Like, do it kind of make you feel like when a girl is like opening up to you and being like lovey-dovey extra, do it make you feel like it's cap? Like, how do you feel about that compared to like your mother?
I kind of feel, see, this is weird. Yo, I feel, I should put this in shit in a song. Yo, bro, I feel like the way how I respond to girls showing me affection, I'm a handsome man, I get a lot of affection from females. The way how I respond to that shit, bro, I feel bad. Because sometimes my mom would hit me up and I feel so numb to even respond to her with affection back. But I can respond to females with that type of affection though. So I feel like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck am I so numb to this shit? Like, how I can't even show my mom a certain amount of love, but
because you don't really know how to process that.
I don't.
Why she not pulling up?
I don't know how to, my mind don't know how to really process that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
it's like niggas be a mixture of numb and confused.
Yeah.
No funny
It's
shit.
like I've been numb to a lot of shit. And I started to notice, yo, y'all just gotta hear it, man. Yo, there's a lot of shit that people want to hear because it's like, how the fuck does this nigga feel like that shit too? Yo, it's been so many times, bro. I would just be saying some shit. I'll be in an Uber, fresh out the studio.
Yeah.
I'm in an Uber, fresh out the studio, and I would say some shit. I'll play my song while they're in the car, and the Uber driver would stop the V and be like, yo, who is this? I'm like, nah, it's me. There's one time I caught this Uber driver using a little Shazam button on his unreleased song. He's over here trying to search it up. And I'm like, nah, bro.
That's crazy.
I'm like,
this shit is hard, bro.
I'm like, nah, he didn't even know that's me. And I tag him. I'm like, yo, bro, you can't find that. It's not out yet.
Nah, bro, you say you got 50 songs. You want to show niggas your notes real quick. I could like, bro, this nigga got 50 songs just chilling in his notes.
Yo, I really, listen.
We about to go to the studio next month, so.
We about to go to the top. Like, go. See me? Tom Milano, that's my artist name. Y'all can search me up anywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all that shit. Thanks. Yo, we can just keep scrolling, you feel me? Look, it could just keep going, and then going, and then it could keep going. And look, it still keep going, you feel me?
That is wild, bro.
Yo, this is just songs that I have that are like, okay, these songs are good. This is not even like throwaway songs. There's probably another folder with like another 70 throwaway songs that I think are throwaways, not everybody else.
Right.
Everybody, like,
of course. So how do you feel about that? Like approaching your music, like how do you decipher what's throwaways and what's not? Because that's what I'm even learning about YouTube. Like I might even have moments where like I'm about to post a video, but then in my mind I might be like, but then in my mind I'm like, but then niggas is not me. Niggas is not me and my body and my vibe. They don't feel about it the same way I feel about it. If I put it out there, they gonna have a different approach to that than I would me by myself with the shit.
Yeah.
So how do you really decipher, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, the best way, yo, for anybody that's want to be an artist and you want to know what song to drop, you're gonna know, you're gonna feel it, right?
Yeah.
You see, there's two things. Either people are gonna tell you like, yo, that shit is flop, nigga. Listen to them. Listen to when they tell you a song is good, because that means they want it. Feel me?
Right.
It's two, you're gonna feel that shit. It's like, especially when you're in the process of recording. I can take you out to the studio. When I'm in the studio and I make a song that's like really here with me, I could tell I'm really happy. My biggest song, I remember I was in the studio making that shit. It was a heartbreak song. But when I'm making this shit, I'm happy because it's like, I'm finally, like, it's really me, my emotion expressing out. Whenever you feel like you're really putting out your feelings into a song, right, that's the one. That's the one.
You know what's crucial? It goes to show what's so therapeutic about music is that it goes to show that communication is very important. Even if you learn how to communicate through music, it's still a form of communication. Like even what could be tough in relationships with people is that sometimes you don't really know how to say certain shit maybe to your girl or even to your mans without, you don't want to hurt niggas' feelings or come off like you just talking shit or come off like low key you had that bottled up and you low key hating on them. Like, and think about it, we most of the time we already struggle with talking to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We be distracted on our phones all day. We don't even really know how to connect with ourselves and just even take a walk down the strip and just really just be in our own vibe. Like, yo, for me, that situation that happened yesterday, and just like we don't even know how to do that type, and that's so crucial in life to know how to just sometimes pop out your crib and just like really just like be by yourself and just like no music, no scrolling on IG and none of that, and just really just allow yourself to process things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy. Like,
yeah,
what separates, like, yo, what separates like an artist and then a nigga just make music is like when I could say, when I could go to the, when I can make a song and then somebody else can feel what I'm trying to, what I'm saying.
yo, see, that's what I'm saying. Where
That's happened to me
communication
a
is
lot
being
of
important.
times.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to communication, you got to make sure that you communicate it in a way that that person could take you in. And that's what's also tough about just talking to niggas in general is that I could sit here and say some shit to you, but you might not understand it or feel it. But if I put that shit in a song and construct it right with certain bars and certain little clips of my life, me going through this, going through that, and I put it all together in certain clips in one song, now a nigga could take that in. You feel like you being heard. Because the whole time a nigga really listening to your shit like, yo, I feel that
I had
shit.
somebody send me videos of them, like, to them crying to some of my songs. So it's
lying.
like, on some, like, nah, like, this is
You
art.
serious?
Yeah, bro, like, it's art, bro. It's one time, bro, I'm at my man's house, right? It's a year ago. My man's house. I dropped this song. It's called Find Me. I think it's, like, one of my most, like, emotional songs that I dropped. Not, that's vaulted. That's just released, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I made a song about my ex, and my man's just like, yo, bro, why the hell am I in the hood and I hear somebody bumping Find Me? This is when I just started music. I wasn't even lit or anything yet. I was like, yo, why is somebody bumping that shit? And I'm like, nah,
And
bro.
they whip?
Bro, and they crib, bro. I don't even know who that is till
word?
this day.
Wow.
I mean, people I don't even know is just listening. And I'm like, nah, like, I got something.
Yeah, you got to get yourself some more exposure, bro. You already got niggas crying to your fucking music.
Bro, I'm saying,
that
bro.
is crazy.
Bro, that's because I know that I actually, bro, the type of shit that I say, bro, like, yo, how I am when I make songs, bro, like, most of the time I freestyle shit, but I take my time and I'll be like, hold on, nah, I did it this way, nah, I could do it a little bit better. I do it this way to really, to make someone feel the shit that I'm saying, you feel me?
Yeah.
Try to keep that shit as real to me as possible.
Right.
And this shit pay off whenever I make songs that's like really stuck to me. People fuck with it.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like without music, niggas, you would, not niggas, without music, do you feel like it would be hard for you to communicate just in general?
Hell yeah. I started communicating better when I realized I'm saying a lot of my feelings in my songs. Nah, you good, brother. Go a pass. Yeah, we documenting life.
Say it again.
I said we documenting life.
Document?
Yeah, documenting, brother.
Say what's up, OG. Say what's up to the people. What's on your mind, OG? How you feeling today?
Life is good.
Life is good, yes.
But living can be fucked up.
Uh-huh, talk to him, that's real.
Life and living are two different shit. It's noun and a verb. Life is the noun.
Uh-huh.
Living is what we do. So that's not...
Yes, Lord.
That's real.
I'm gonna tell you, my man's had to do the little calisthenics, John. You walk past right there, that
Oh, that was him?
Hell yeah, that's my man's. I be doing that shit.
Come on, Drew, bro. What the hell you turning? Come on, Drew. What the hell why you turning back? This is life and living all in one.
Life and living all in one, yes, King.
Life is good, but living is fucked up at times.
Right.
Because living is what you do. Life is what you got.
Right. How you get through the fucked up times?
It's up to you.
Uh-huh.
It's a mind game.
Right.
It's all in the mind.
It's like chess.
I don't know about chess. I know about the mind.
Uh-huh.
The mind is an abstract thing.
Right.
Like the wind.
Uh-huh.
Can you see the wind?
No.
But the wind is there.
Right.
You cannot deny the existence of the wind.
Right.
It's called storm, hurricane, tornadoes, all of them shit. It's the wind. The wind.
Yeah.
So even though the wind is blowing right now, it's a little not bad.
Right.
But when it comes out,
Yeah.
wind, so you cannot deny the existence of the wind.
Right.
That's called living.
That's deep right there. That's deep.
It's there. Life, living, the wind is there, but you can't see it. That's like the mind.
Right.
The mind is an abstract thing.
Right.
It's a part of your brain, but it's not material. It's a part where you get thoughts.
I hear you,
Your
OG.
mind is what accepts thoughts, analyzes thoughts, and generates thoughts.
Right.
Thoughts, you have a thought, and it can become an idea. Like, how did we get to the point where we can make a car drive?
Yeah, they thought about that.
Right.
Yes.
And imagine in their mind first.
Somebody who hated walking, really didn't like walking, was like, yo, I want to do this shit without relying on horses. And he made a car.
Right.
I call it, okay, one horse would pull this car in 10 minutes, put it over there. Two horses would do it in 5. Blah, blah, blah. So we end up in horse power.
Horsepower. That's it. Yeah. That's deep right there. Yeah.
I love people like Darwin, Einstein. E equal MC squared. What does that mean? What is he?
I think energy equals
MC squared.
MC squared.
What is M?
mass.
Or movement?
Movement.
Or, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out right now. Listen. Life is good.
Right.
Like I say, but living is up to you. It's how you do.
It's what you
this
make it,
life.
literally. Yeah, it's what you
Of
make it.
This life.
Yeah. It's
When I
100.
say this, I mean this life. Because there's no life. Come on, Drew. Stop hiding, man. What's wrong with you? I got you. You're good. There's no life after death. There is life after life. We are in this life. I believe in God. Call it what you mean. I believe in a higher power. There's something higher than us.
Yeah.
All right. The way we're dealing with Earth right now, could not be the greatest level of intelligence that's in this universe.
Definitely not. It's levels. It's levels.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So there's a level of intelligence that's higher than you and I. This is Earth.
Hey, you going deep.
Where you got trees, you got the birds. All right, ask yourself this question. Who taught the birds to build a nest? There was no instructor.
Right.
But the birds.
Yeah.
The birds with life in them build their nest without any God, any other person instructing them. Figure it out. Who taught the birds to build a nest?
Right.
I ain't no fucking Neanderthal.
They just knew. They just knew. A higher power, you know. Word.
Who taught the birds? Nobody taught you or me how to build a fucking house. You've got to figure out your existence.
That's a fact.
All the up there, okay? It's cold. I need to be warm. I've got to find a way to be warm. So we kill the beer and use the beer's food.
Yup, find a way.
Find a way.
That's all life is. Keep finding a way.
Living, not life.
Right.
Living is life is existence.
Right. That's how you
Living is
live.
how
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I wake up this morning. That means I'm alive.
Right.
Now, I need a cup of coffee. God gave us the coffee tree. He gave us the cow so we can milk the cow and get some milk. God gave us
Hey man,
everything.
what's your name, brother?
Name?
Yo, what's your name?
What?
So what's your name?
Why do you want to know it?
Out of respect, I respect you.
No, that ain't no respect.
Yo, G.
Name means nothing.
We about to be out. I appreciate you. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see what I'm saying? You see this? What you're making right here? Put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Call me Anan, A-N-O-N. First name. Imus. I, capital I-M-U-S. Anan, Imus.
Got you. All right.
You could say Anonymous.
Anonymous. Yo, peace, OG. Peace, you heard? Feel me?
You gonna put that on TikTok, right?
Nah, this is a different app. But yeah, it's the same shit though. Yeah.
Hey, I'd love to see you guys again.
Yeah.
Crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to me.
Uh-huh.
I said crazy, I mean crazy good.
Right. I appreciate that.
You know,
Yeah. Appreciate you.
You asked some relevant questions.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Bless you, brother.
You already?
God bless you.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, appreciated the intellectual
Nah, he said some
convo. Yeah, he was saying some shit.
Now what the fuck? What two of these from the birds to build a fucking nest?
I know funny. Yeah, he was saying some shit.
Did that shit, figured it out.
But yeah, y'all, appreciate y'all still in the building and all that. Gangster, like, it's really just like, the whole purpose of this conversation at hand with the topic and all that, it's just we have to be mindful that how things that we've been through in our life have affected the way that we live our life. You know what I'm saying? Me, for example, you know, like I said, right? It's harder for me to connect. You know, it's harder for me to connect to a woman that loves me, right? Showing me mad love and affection. And I've even had arguments with my girl where she may feel like I'm not really reciprocating the love that she's sending me. And I even started to having to ask myself, maybe she right, maybe I just don't know how to do that. You know, I'm still getting over, been through what I've been through in my life with my own mother. You know what I'm saying? So to have to like try to process that, like for example, right, with me and my shorty, you know, I've been learning a lot about women through her. That how a woman is supposed to actually feel, how nurturing and how loving they're supposed to actually feel. With the girlfriend that I have now, this is like my first time really experiencing that and seeing that. When my whole life I experienced a woman acting, you know, just completely numb to just me even existing, me, you know, like my moms didn't even pay attention to day to day how it affected me to be getting, you know, abused physically, mentally, and emotionally by her boyfriend. Like she wasn't paying attention to like my pattern changes, like my behavior changes. You know, if let's say I acted up at school, right? I act up at school, my mom, she whoops my ass thinking that I'm just a dickhead. Like, oh, why you acting like that at school? When it's like, I was really thinking in my mind, like maybe the reason why I got into that fight at school where I beat that nigga up in 5th grade, the reason why I fought that nigga was because of me getting beat up at home. Maybe that's why I had that anger to do that. Because, yeah, it was a couple niggas I beat up when I was young just for no reason sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was fake. I wouldn't say on no bully shit, but like, I got into a couple fights when I was young just for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? And niggas in my school, like my teachers and shit, was looking at me like something was wrong with me. When I'm just like, how can, and I'm like, all right, maybe they don't get it, that's cool, but like, I'm sure my mom will understand, right? Because you know what the fuck niggas is going through. Like you allowing it. So it really just made me so confused with life, where it's just like, how the fuck, when women want to brag all day about, oh, we the prize because we can have the kids, this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay. But in real time, I was really physically with a woman that I was her first child, and I didn't feel like she gave a fuck about me even a little bit. I ain't feel that. So it's like, you want to be the prized possession to the world as a woman because you have the kid, but when a lot of these women have kids, they don't even really care about their kid. You know what I'm saying? You got women out here that's having kids, but they just exploiting their kids to get money from the government. You know, to get checks from the government because they got a lot of kids. To get a lot of money back on taxes, or to get a lot of money on food stamps. Like, you got women out here. You got women out here that's literally exploiting just their power to even be able to have kids, where a woman will literally want to have kids with you because you successful, and use that to her advantage, to where now she is attached to you in a certain way because now y'all have a kid together, and then try to exploit you for money for that kid. So it's not even me personally that, obviously I ain't the only nigga that really been through some weird ass shit with my moms. It's like, even just in life in general, when you a successful nigga, you just gonna really have women wanting to throw themselves out you to have a kid with you because you fucking successful? Like, that shit is weird, nigga. Like, I don't know, but it's at the same time, you kinda understand it because it's like, you don't wanna really be around no nigga that don't got nothing going for himself, right? Because y'all women, y'all need that security. Y'all need to be around a nigga that make you feel like you could have a kid with him somewhere in the near future and y'all could be okay. But I don't know, that shit is that shit weird too though. Like, when you become successful, you're gonna have a lot of women just like all of a sudden they want to give you choosing signals because of what you've accomplished for yourself. And, you know, I think that's a rough pill for a lot of men to swallow, only for the simple fact that there's going to be a lot of men out here that never become successful truly. You know what I'm saying? Never truly become successful to the point where they get embraced by women, truly get embraced. Yeah, it's a few things to talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a few things. What you about to do, Ty?
Send my friend back to the crib.
Yeah, I'm about to chill out here. I'm about to chill out here, do this live for a few. Yeah, you should probably go rest anyway because we was working out hard type shit. The next 2 days is gonna rain, so yeah, like I said, Thursday we could pop out again type shit. So yeah, I'm gonna probably like circle this block around here. I'm gonna let you do your thing. So me, you'll be safe and all that. I'm gonna text you and shit. You already know, gang. For me. Yeah, gang, I feel like in life, can't nobody like help you understand you. Let me read some of y'all comments. What's up? You said life after life, oh Faith, you in the building. What's up, baby? I ain't even see that. So that's happened. So that's happened to me. That's happened to me more, fam, and things. And the thing is, they weren't there from the beginning like my girl was. No job. You know what I'm saying? You saying your girl was with you before you had anything. Word. And those are the best women, like me and Shorty. Shout out to Faith in the building, right? Me and Shorty went through what we went through and go through what we go through, right? I know y'all could go through the Patreon and y'all could see, like the voice note that I recorded of us like having an argument. Like we go through what we go through, but one thing that I could always say that I respect about Shorty is that, you know what I'm saying, she in it for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? She respect the grind. And me and her, we just both got certain things about ourselves that we got to work on, that we end up projecting. That's something mad bright. We end up projecting even unintentionally into the vibe of the relationship that sometimes could fuck up the vibe. But it's like people be thinking in their mind like, oh, I need a shorty that move like this, move like that. But you got to remember that most of us, including her, let's talk about me and her, right? Let's talk about how in life, because of what me and her had to go through, and we didn't have nobody to really guide us through certain shit, how to even, mind you, right? We grew up with certain parents that didn't care about the effect of how they raised us, affected us, let alone how to even process that. So that's two big ass shits right there alone that now yourself got to learn how to process. Like, okay, now you got to try to process and learn how to understand why your parents was the way they was. For them to even be in that consciousness to allow certain things, to do certain things, to project certain energies onto you and treat you certain ways. And then once you understand that foundation of it, of why they may be a certain way, now you got to process, how do I grow through this and heal through this? So where now, I feel like it's a lot of parents out here that neglect their own kids unintentionally, because now you have to process that you may end up giving something to your kids that you never even got yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that could also be tricky. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you gotta learn how to love. That's where I get fucked up at, right? Now I gotta learn how to love when I never even got love myself. And then if I don't do it right, I'm the bad guy. And it don't matter what I've been through. Even though I'm not saying it literally don't matter, but it's just like, as an adult out here in this matrix, it really don't matter what you've been through, because if you still don't know how to conduct yourself and how to project certain energies and protect your energy, and you know what I'm saying, like you just end up getting caught up where you realize like nobody gonna care about you, just gonna sound like you're making excuses. That's the fucked up shit. Is that you can make a mistake out here that literally makes sense because of what you've been through. But then when you try to put that in perspective, you just gonna sound like you're making excuses, my nigga. Like, ain't nobody gonna care about none of that shit, gay. They not. You know what it is? You know what's fucked up? It's almost like, what I realize too sometimes is that sometimes people want to see you fuck up so that they could feel less fucked up about them maybe not getting to a certain point in their own life. So they kind of feed off seeing you not get to a certain level or not do something in a certain way that maybe it looked like you was on the road to doing it better than them, but because you kind of made a mistake, they're gonna try to hold you to that, right? They're gonna try to hold you to that to keep you from feeling like you could just get right back on the ball and do it again, right? Because what a real motherfucker do is be like, yo, like, listen, you've been through a lot. Your parents ain't even raised you right. You ain't get love from none of them niggas. So, of course, you don't know how to process it. You don't know how to show it. Because you got to think about it, right? In order to process love, you have to be getting it consecutively for a long enough period of time. Because, like, even getting a certain amount of love from your parents, you're going to have to go through a phase where you might not appreciate the love that they're giving you. And you might get stuck up. You might get like you might become a brat because they unconditionally love you so much, and you just feel like because you have access to it that it's not going nowhere. And then you have to go through that phase where they have to be responsible enough to understand that, of course, he don't understand that this is a luxury of me being his parent, loving him like this. He or she don't see that because they're a fucking kid. But then you got parents out here that are really like discipline their kids in a very toxic way because they may feel like their kids don't cherish them enough or respect them enough. Like it just really always goes back to that. So you got to understand, even with love, like I said, like you got to still go through that phase of even not even appreciating the love. So where now when you get to a certain age where you've been consecutively getting that unconditional love for so many years, now by the time you, let's say 18, between the ages of 18 and 24, where maybe around that time you finally start realizing like, yo, like my mom's really loved me, bro. Like she really dealt my little stink ass attitude. And now I'm out here living this world as a real grown man, a real grown woman. And I'm seeing like niggas don't even have the luxury of the love that I got from my peoples. Love you through it all, support you through it all. You know what I'm saying? So, man, having a kid is just a huge responsibility, man. So that's why it's like I be caught up with processing my own traumas where it be like, do I really just hold my parents accountable for that shit? Or do I just understand that they couldn't give me something that they didn't really properly get themselves? Because that's just where that go back to. Can't nobody really give you something that they really never got themselves. Because you gotta learn to even love somebody, you gotta process and go through the ropes of healing from the pain that you endured. In order to be able to get through that, to now be able to project a certain, think about it like this, right? We are like a plastic, right? We are, what's up, baby? I see you said that's a tough question. Word. We are like a plastic bowl, right? Now, in a plastic bowl, you ever try to put like the Chef Boy RD in the plastic bowl, like the lasagna, Chef Boy, or the beefaroni? I used to always hate doing that because once you eat the beefaroni one time in the fucking plastic bowl, once you try to wash that shit, it's not really gonna come out the bowl. You still gonna have the residue of the beefaroni in the plastic bowl where you cannot, you gonna have it's gonna be a clear bowl, but you're gonna see that, yo, I could tell somebody ate beefaroni out this shit because it's still like red. And that's how hard it is to be able to wipe clean traumas. Like that go deep right there. That's how hard it feel like for me, and I know it's niggas that's watching this shit that could relate, that like, that's how sometimes, that's what we gotta process. Like, you gotta really scrub that shit. And it may even be parts of that bowl that could never be clean. But see, that bowl is replaceable. Meaning, we may have to just accept that certain things that we've been through in our life is gonna forever be a part of us. So now, think about this. This go even deeper. Now we gotta learn how to be a next level kind of responsible that our own parents wasn't even for us. Now, we gotta be even more because we got this pain in our system of that plastic bowl, the beefaroni, that shit can't get out. And even if we try to show that shit to people like, yo, look, I just been through a lot of shit. Look, it's there, it's not coming out. Like, I'm trying. Niggas gonna be like, okay, like, and they gonna be looking at you with their clear bowl like, well, I got a clear bowl. I don't really know what it feels like to have that bowl, so I don't have to understand what you've been through. All I know is that you a grown man like me, or you a grown woman like whatever, and you just have to learn how to live out here. And I just think everybody's so numb. That's why people are so heartless when they say certain shit. Because everybody's just so fucking numb, where it's like, they just angry that nobody got that type of sympathy for them. So it kind of make them feel like, all right, and they heard about that. And it's like, all right, if niggas don't want to have that sympathy for me, bro, like, why am I going to go out my way to try to really ground myself and really be there for somebody else? You know what I'm saying? And I realized that it's not easy to do that. Like Ty, you know what I'm saying? I was just with Ty Star. He a young nigga, 20 years old. You know, sometimes he might vent to me about certain things he going through. And then when it's my turn to have that opportunity to really just be that older nigga in his life, where I could just like put him on to certain shit, certain analogies and ideologies and shit, it really do take away from your own energy to do that for somebody else. And it just goes back to responsibility, where you just have to be responsible enough to understand that it's not always about you, right? And that's what I'm learning about life. Like, yeah, I've been through what I've been through, but because that residue in that plastic bowl is always gonna be there, in order for me to really live my life, sometimes I gotta step outside of my own self. And that is crazy to even have to process too, because it's already hard to process that the life that I had no choice but to live. And now sometimes in order for me, because you gotta think about it, right? Like going back to the beefaroni plastic bowl analogy. Or by default, bro, you could have two bowls. All right, this way is about to go deep. Follow this. You could go to the cabinet right now, and there's two bowls in there. You got the plastic one that's clear, crispy. And then you got the plastic bowl that got the beefaroni residue. Now, you know what you getting yourself into if you got something else that you about to eat that don't got nothing to do with no beefaroni. And then now you about to eat that in the beefaroni residue plastic bowl. You're gonna kind of approach it in a way where it's like I don't really want to, even though I know that I put the beefaroni in there and I know that I tried to wash it as best as I could and it's still like not coming out, I'm about to just fuck with the new shit. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, I could break that down in a bunch of different ways, but we gonna start from, that's just gonna be the energy that you project by default. No matter how hard you try to be nice to somebody, no matter how, compassionate, you gonna always project the plastic bottle bowl with the fucking beefaroni residue in the shit, bro. No matter how much you try to act like you over shit that you've been through, yeah, because the beefaroni is not in the bowl no more. You ate it. It's been like 3, 4, 5 months, 2, 3 years. It's still gonna have the beefaroni residue, bro. I've been in the projects my whole life. Having the bowl where we just got that shit, it got the beefaroni residue for the next 2, 3 years, and we still ain't replaced that bowl. So I know that that's just gonna, it's gonna just feel how that energy feel, right? Feel how it feels, right? Think about you when you hungry and you about to eat and you like, all right, let me go get one of those bowls. Think about how you gonna feel. Let's say you didn't have the option to get a new bowl. You just had the option of the beefaroni residue bowl. How are you gonna feel about eating that meal? You were so hungry, but then you go in the cabinet like, all I got is that bowl right there. Damn. You're gonna be like, it's gonna kind of, you feel me, Faith? Like it's gonna kind of be like, right? Like let's say you got some Chinese food and you just got that shit today, but it's not warm enough. You gotta warm that shit up in a bowl. The beefaroni residue been sitting there for 3 years. You ate the beefaroni out that bowl one time 3 years ago, and it's still there. You gonna kind of be in your mind like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to go to the store to go get me a new one. Nigga, fuck that. Fuck that. I've done that. Nigga, I've had times where I was about to eat some cereal out of that bowl. And the moment that I realized that I didn't have not another option, a bowl to eat, I didn't even want to eat the cereal. I ain't even want it. I'm like, I'm about to put milk. I'm about to put milk where it was a beefaroni residue in that shit. Ew. Where immediately I just felt like I wasn't even hungry no more. I ain't even want the food. You know what I'm saying? Yo, one thing I'm about to really appreciate about the Patreon too, man, is like, I'm gonna really have the opportunity to really express myself in a way where like I don't have to be worried about getting distracted. You know what I'm saying? Niggas are really just like listen to me and be respectful and just appreciate me for just like being raw and real. You know, like I feel appreciated right now in this Patreon shit, even though it's not a lot of people here yet, right? I'm not gonna say too much, but we not even 20 people in right now. We not 20 people in, but just know that this Patreon shit is here to stay, man. For real. This about to be the Raw Documentary 2.0. And word, this right. You know, I was going through my old videos that I had on here, and I was really happy to see those videos, man. I had this one video, and I was talking about, I think the name of the video was Sleeping on My Aunt's Floor. What it was like having to sleep on my aunt's floor. And at the end of the video, I said, yeah, I'm gonna make a part 2 to this shit, and I'm gonna name this shit Why My Mom Is Dead to Me. And just like hearing myself say that all the way back in 2020, and still being able to resonate with that feeling even 3 years later, it's just like, damn, that even kind of hit me home a little bit. It's like, damn, that's really whack though, nigga. Like, I wish I could fucking, like, love my mom, nigga. Like, I wish I could give my mom a hug and a kiss and just know that she loved me though. Like, I've tried it, bro. I literally tried, bro. I've tried to just be like, you know what, fuck it. Let me just go try to love my mom regardless. But the shit don't feel good, nigga. It don't feel good. And having to process that shit is mad weird, nigga. Like, imagine hugging your mother and you just know that the shit don't feel right. It's almost like hugging a bitch that you used to fuck with that's not your girl. Y'all might have been like friends with benefits a little bit. And you randomly call that bitch like, yo, I'm about to slide on you. I need somebody to talk to. And then you just see her, you just give her a hug like she care about you like that. When you know y'all was just fuck buddies. Where she kind of like, oh, like, you all right? Like, yeah, man, like, damn. He said, better a few real ones than a bunch of clowns, and eventually more real ones will join. Absolutely. They absolutely will, bro. Trust me. I know that they will. I feel it in my spirit that this Patreon shit is going to be mad successful. So what I'm going to be doing on YouTube is, like I said, just generalizing certain topics to just get a general audience. You know what I'm saying? Speaking on topics in general to get more of a general audience to just everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then now, once I build that general audience, if people want to go deeper with me about certain shit, interact with me deeper, right? You know, really like get interactions from me on these live streams, shit like that. Yeah, for me, they're gonna have to do it on the Patreon again. They're gonna have to. But yeah, like going back to me and Shorty, like the reason why I say my mom relationship really affected my relationship with Faith, it's just like I be catching myself sometimes like really thinking about it. Like I wish my mom loved me as much as Faith do. And if Faith never heard me say that shit before. So it's probably her first time hearing that shit. But like the amount of like how Faith really loved me, I really be wishing like, damn, I wish my mom loved me that much. So it kind of build this neglect that I'll have for my own girlfriend, because I just wish that my mom actually cared about me that much. Where like my mom, like Faith, she'll say some shit that she don't mean, and then if I don't answer her phone call, Faith will sit there and call me 1,000,000 times. And sit there and non-stop call me, nigga. My mother could look me dead in my eye and say, I'm like, yo, Ma, why you don't cook for me? I lost my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got no money. And I see you be cooking for your boyfriend. Why you can't cook for me? And then my mom felt like I put her on the spot, and she felt some type of way that I really like approached her on some real nigga. Like, yo, Ma, like, what's up with that? She like, oh, you ain't fucking me. And mind you, my mom has never apologized for that shit, bro. She never called me one day and was like, yo, you know what? I was wrong for that. I shouldn't have said that to you. I'm your mother. So I could only imagine how that feel to hear your own mother say some shit like that to you. Say the things about you that I've said. I'm sorry. Nigga. My mom ain't even never did that, nigga. And the pain in my body sometimes be making me feel like a bitch, because sometimes it take away from my own experience of just like me and my girl, nigga. So it's like what make the long distance shit difficult too is that like literally this shit's so real right now. Like I feel mad uncomfortable right now. But like what's good about this is that be the best content. And that's why I'm not doing that content on YouTube no more. Only time I'm ever gonna do content where I legit in this moment feel uncomfortable in my spirit, I'm not never giving that to YouTube, nigga. Fuck YouTube, nigga. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause I legit feel like, you know what I'm learning? Like the reason why niggas go through certain shit in life and they don't like talking about it is because you could feel the numbness like surfacing. So it's like on a day-to-day basis, I'm not as numb feeling as I'm feeling right now. And I could feel the numbness just like traveling in my body and it's surfacing because I'm communicating it. So I feel like this Patreon is about to be also kind of therapeutic for me as well. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel like I can actually be vulnerable and know that I'm talking to people that actually appreciate me enough to, you know, listen to me, give me feedback, at least just be respectful. Like, I don't ask nothing of niggas. All I would have asked for niggas on that YouTube shit, bro, is like, just be respectful, my nigga. Like, just respect that, like, niggas don't say certain shit on this app, nigga. And I'm really on here being, nigga, it's like, I thought that niggas had critical thinking skills, bro, when it came to this shit. Like, I thought that when you looking at these niggas in the trenches, right, that presenting themselves a certain way, that, you know, that street aura, that real aggressive aura, I thought that by me putting myself out there would help people probably understand why other niggas that's masking that shit, why they do that, or how they really feel on the inside. Gangsta, what he said? He said, and it helps your aura it helps your aura too. He said, the deeper we go and deal with the stuff we've been through, just trying to understand and accept. So I mean, that go deep right there. That go deep. That go deep. And that's what my channel was all about. Like, when it comes to like spirituality, bro, you can't be masking shit. And I feel like that's why niggas, even in relationships, don't really want to say too much to their girl. Because like me and my girl, bro, we've had real life moments where like I told this shit about myself, like, yo, like my grandmother might have been the only woman that came close that I felt like some genuine love from. And I remember my grandmother used to listen to Luther Vandross every day. And then one time in the Airbnb, I was like, yo, I just want you to listen to it, because she never heard Luther Vandross, right? And I played this shit, and I told her, I was like, yo, I feel it. I was like, I feel like if I listen to this nigga voice right now, I'm gonna feel my grandmother's spirit, bro, and I'm gonna probably like get emotional. And I wanted to also share that moment with her so that we could deeper connect, you know what I'm saying? Because like me, bro, let's just talk about some real ass shit, right? Niggas want their girl to love them. Niggas want their girl to be obsessed with them. Niggas want their girl pussy to be wet for them. Niggas want their girl to enjoy them sexually. And niggas don't understand that it goes deeper than just red pill game. It goes to like, you got to think about it, right? Sex is a deeper connection. It's a soul tie that you are building with that person. So you got to think about it. If I'm already building that soul tie with you outside of sex, where I'm showing you how emotional just listening to Luther Vandross could make me feel, and I'm crying like a baby. I'm talking about like I was really crying. She's sitting there holding me while I'm just having that moment, right? And now when that moment passes and we get back to normal and we just, now the vibration is different, because I brought her into my world for real, where she could connect with me for real, and seeing that moment, we're like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Where she could like really understand me as a person more, me and my life more. And then now, you know, now think about it, when you have that type of moment with your girl, and now you doing things like missionary sex. And let's say the sex is already great, but now y'all had a real vulnerable moment together, and you still man enough So when it's time to lay it down and have sex, you can still be man enough to not feel insecure about yourself and know that you still a man at the end of the day and still do your thing and do your masculinity in the bedroom after she just seen you have a real life like crash moment. That is the most attractive thing you could ever do. But you know what's crazy? Niggas will never tell you that because niggas will never do that themselves. See, in life, niggas can only teach you things that they experience themselves. A nigga can't tell you some shit that he ain't do himself and then learn the ropes of the shit and then go for it. So just know you got to be careful the life that you living, right? Like OG was saying earlier, life and living is two different things. Now let me try to break that down a little bit deeper. If you listening to Steph is Cold all day, AMS every day, niggas that is not willing to take the steps like niggas like me take, where I'm willing to put myself out there in a certain way, right? And then learn what come with that shit on the good and the bad. And then now I could talk about it, right? If you listening to a nigga like me, that's really out here living life in the rawest form, when I could easily be out here just walking around with a screwed up face on, like I could easily do that. You see how easy I could just, bro, I could look like a mysterious nigga that look like I'm a mean dude, or like I'm just about my business and I'm just about, yo, listen, if you play with me and you don't want to give up the pussy, it's cool. I'm a sexy ass nigga anyway. I got a deep ass voice. I got a great, like, you know, like for me, I'm just a sexy nigga. And I could have been projecting that energy and been on some red pill shit easily. But like I said, right, like OG said, it's about how you living. So I just choose to live in a way where I can grasp more of the full experience of life, which is sometimes doing things that, you know, you just expose yourself a little bit. But see, let me break it down even deeper, right? See, snakes, right? Let's say that we reptiles, right? Because I feel like us as humans, we reptiles to an extent. And just to give you an example, right? If you look at my hands and you look at the webs in between my hands, that's another deeper talk right there. But I feel like we are reptiles because that is reptile shit to have webs in between your hands, right? But we not the type of reptiles where we shed skin. No. We are the type of reptiles that can shed skin. You know why? Because women do that all the time with them certain type of face masks that they use, clean and cleanse their face to a certain degree where they shedding off certain parts of their skin, right? Now, when you expose yourself like a snake, they have to shed certain parts of their skin. You know, turtles, they shedding, they exposing themselves, and they building up a new shit to shed whenever it's time for them to consecutively shed. But see, we the type of reptiles in this life where we don't even shed. We just stay stuck with that same old ass, nasty ass shit that we should have been released, right? So me putting myself out there, being a certain type of raw, exposing myself with my girlfriend, connecting with her spiritually more, right? Having just like very deep intellectual conversations. You know what I'm saying? I even like to talk to her as often as possible because I feel like it challenges me. It challenges me to be consistent. It challenges me to be consistently intellectual, consistently grounded in my spirituality, in just my manhood, where it's like I'm getting out of my comfort zone because a lot of niggas, they don't want to talk to their girl every day. They want to do that shit a couple times out the week so that they can still be stuck in that same shell that they not, you know, shedding. They don't want to shed. They want to keep it and, you know, just like show themselves selectively because see what ends up happening is that the more that you show yourself, you're just going to shed by default. You're just going to end up shedding by default the more of yourself that you show, right? And that's where growth is, and a lot of people just ducking growth. That's just what it comes down to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Really just processing and understanding, like, you know, I probably could talk more and more about this topic, you know, future references as well, because I feel like this is a topic that just go, you know, like infinitely deep, where it's like you really just gotta process, like, our first love in this world is our parents, your mother and your father. You know, Faith is somebody that, you know, her relationship with her father, he's a very toxic nigga. I ain't gonna say too much, right? He's a very loudmouth, curse out loud, screamo type of nigga that he don't really have no, like, he don't have no consideration. He's not empathetic. So even me on my end, right, when I may be trying to be a certain type of empathetic and just like a certain type of role with her, she's not used to that, because she never even really had to sit down with her father about life. You know what I'm saying? And that shit goes so deep to where, like, think about how if it affect me and make me feel numb that my mother ain't love me in a certain way. Imagine what a woman got to go through with her father, when women by default are more emotional than us. If they father was not emotionally invested in them to a certain degree and made them feel loved and appreciated, when another man out here on these streets is doing that shit, she just going like feel like it's normal, because like, oh, my dad was a certain way, and that's really all she gonna know. And then it's gonna be hurtful how it feels sometimes for me to just even have a woman show me love. Sometimes I don't even know how to process that shit sometimes, bro. And I don't want to scare my own girlfriend and make her feel like, oh, I don't want to keep on loving him in a certain type of way and opening up to him in a certain way where, like, I feel like I'm being rejected. Where it's like sometimes she could probably feel rejected by me and it's not even intentional. Where it's just like, I don't know how to have that dialect sometimes and be there emotionally invested in that type of love energy, right? And I don't know, I feel like, I guess on a raw type of topic, I feel like what could help is a lot of sex, right? The more like me and her connecting sexually, and have just that deeper soul tie, then I feel like, you know, it'll get easier for me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one way that I could think about it. You know, sex is a great tool that you can use in your relationship to, like, just have that deep soul tie connection with your spouse, with your female, with your, for me, word, with somebody that you in a relationship with and all that. Is, yeah, like, that's how I'm saying, like, I'm about to turn 27 in July, and I still feel the pain in my system of how it felt the day when my mom really showed me her true colors. And I still feel that shit like I could relive it every single fucking day, nigga. And that shit sometimes it make you feel weak as hell, because you like, damn, I'm about to turn 27, I'm about to be 30 soon, and I still could really feel that pain of just looking in my mom's eyes and knowing for a fact that she do not give a fuck. You say you about to turn 27 tomorrow, gangster. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday. You know, I hope you have a blessed, beautiful day. I really appreciate you joining my Patreon, for real. Everybody that's in my Patreon, man, this shit mean the world to me, bro. Because think about it, right? Let's do the math. I got 5,000 subscribers, right? On YouTube, subscribers don't matter. It matters the views that you get so that you can get paid in your watch time. But see, on Patreon, what I love about Patreon is this. By default, I could have 5,000 niggas on Patreon. And even if I post a video right now on Patreon and only get 1,000 views. I'm still gonna get paid for the 5,000 niggas that's here. And then you got niggas on YouTube trying to come at me for doing the math as a businessman like that. Like, wouldn't it be smarter for me to only do live streams somewhere where I'm actually gonna really get reimbursed for the raw type of content that I do? Where even if I do a live, right, and niggas ain't see it yet, it still ain't get 5,000 views yet. And on top of that too, that's another thing. Fuck the money, let's say, fuck the money. How about that I want niggas to really take, if you paying $8 a month, which is not a lot of money, you still gonna know in the back of your mind, you gonna wanna really sit there and really watch that shit, really take in the information that's being said, because you came out your fucking pocket. So now you gonna really listen. You not gonna be on YouTube acting ungrateful, being like, oh yeah, you know, I don't really got, you know, people don't really respect shit that is not, that's free. Niggas don't respect free shit. Niggas don't respect shit that you don't gotta really work for, right? So to even be able to invest $8 a month, you obviously have to have some sort of income coming in. You gotta have a job. Even though $8 is not a lot of money, you get what I mean. So I just wanna talk to niggas that respect their time. To where like, I'm bringing value on this shit, nigga, like real shit. And I've been doing this shit. Making $1, bro. 3 hours on a live stream making $1. And you got niggas thinking that I don't want to be on YouTube for some other reason. Like, he this, whatever reason that these troll niggas thinking like, y'all niggas really not smart. Because I feel like this Patreon shit, it's the way to go. Think about it, right? I'm not gonna say the exact number of people I got on Patreon, but let's say I only had 10 people on Patreon, right? And I do a couple live streams, a couple videos every month. I'm still making more money consecutively on Patreon than I'm making on YouTube, because a lot of times on YouTube, bro, I lie to you not, it would take me like 3 months in order to make over $100. 1 month I make $30. Another month I might have made 40. Another month I might have made 20. Bro, like, like that shit is crazy. And then I have to get on there and deal with the weirdo shit that I gotta deal with. Nigga, fuck that. Nigga, I don't even care if I got under 20 people on my shit right now. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Because I know at least I'm putting my time. That's what I'm saying. You gotta respect your time, nigga. And it just feel good to respect my time. It just feel good to respect my time to the point where I know that like I'm actually getting something back from being on an app like this. You know what I'm saying? It just feel like I'm respecting my time more. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the building. You heard? It's a lot of pain in my body, man, because of the shit I've been through with my moms, man. For real. But that shit on the flip side though, it made me a strong ass nigga that my girl appreciate about me. Where like, because I had the strength to get over and work, at least want to work towards getting through that shit, it's gonna make me so high vibrational and just so strong spiritually in general, where it makes me more attractive to my woman. Makes me more of a man. You know? Because we gotta remember, right? As men, in order for us to have high testosterone, right? How do you build and have high testosterone? Now, if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you. In order to have high testosterone, you have to do things that are uncomfortable. And then by default, your body will increase in testosterone naturally, because the testosterone is gonna make you more adaptive to whatever uncomfortable situation you going through, or whatever uncomfortable workouts that you doing, or you know what I'm saying, you waking up early in the morning, which is uncomfortable, and then you going out to jog. That's uncomfortable. And now At first, when you get up, you're gonna feel how uncomfortable that is. But then now, once you working through it and you get out there and you jogging, you're gonna start to eventually feel like your body is adapting to that. And that is your body increasing in testosterone. So I feel like just all the shit that I've been through, the shit that I'm going through, that I'm dealing with day to day, like from trying to find my way just on YouTube, trying to find my way as a man, financially, spiritually, right? That by default is just increasing my testosterone. And cold showers, you know what I'm saying? Cold showers, you sitting there in that icy ass water. Nigga, cold baths is really the real shit. I can't even do cold baths yet because I'm living in a fucking shelter. But when I move into my apartment, bro, I'm gonna be doing cold baths, my nigga. I'm gonna be going to the store. I'm gonna be getting a whole big ass ice shit, the big ass shit of ice, like 2-3 of them shits. And I'm gonna get a whole dump all of the ice in there, and I'm gonna be sitting in that shit, bro. I'm gonna sit in that shit until it don't feel cold no more. That's what I advise everybody to do to really increase your testosterone. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my relationship with my moms, man, really just made me a certain type. That's the shit that made me be a lone wolf out here in this world so like nonchalantly, where it's just like, don't nobody really care about me, bro. And they not going to. Cause how? How could somebody care about me? My own mother ain't. And then now, when I got a woman like Faith that could love me through it all, it's just like, well, this is quite the experience. Something that I didn't really expect. But I damn sure appreciate. Cause it's lit. You know? So life, it really shows you, man. Like what I'm learning about life, man, is that you don't know what the fuck life is for you, man. Like, I would have never thought that it was even possible to feel more love from a woman outside of myself than my own mother. Right? You know, and that right there just shows where, like, always keep your mind open. Don't never think that you know what to expect from life because of certain things that you've been through. Like, oh, because I've been through this and been through that, I could do the math and understand that life is going to probably be like this. Trust me, I've done that, and I've come to realize that that is not true. Life is beautiful because it can surprise you. But the trick, right, is that I was also not one of these niggas that did not feel like I was not worthy of love. Right? I was also one of these niggas that was already trying to process, like, maybe I don't know how a relationship would turn out with a woman if my own mother ain't love me. But I'm willing to put myself out there and grow myself and get on my self-development journey and grow out here to the point where I'ma figure that shit out. I'ma figure that shit out. I'ma find a woman that I find super sexually attractive. I'ma find a woman that is super smart, got potential out here. You know what I'm saying? Respect me as a man and know my value, where I could like help mold you as a woman, because I'm just a leader by default. And by default, it's meant we have to be molding our women. You know what I'm saying? Because as we growing and molding ourselves, they are being molded in the mix of us molding ourselves. So it's just like it's all happening at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all appreciate this raw, long live stream. You know what I'm saying? Because I will never be doing this on YouTube again. Never. You know what I'm saying? Started laughing a little bit, you know, nothing crazy. I think it's because my battery about to die, so I'm about to get off here in a few. Hold on, y'all. Put my charger in for fuel. Stay on here for a little while longer, then I'm gonna get off it. So The takeaway that I feel like y'all could take away from this live stream is that, you know, you gonna go through certain shit out here in this world that make it hard for you to process certain shit. And all you can do is figure out how to fucking process this shit, bro. Because we have a responsibility just living out here day to day. If I'm walking around out here and I'm just hurt about shit that I've been through, I'm gonna block my blessings from other women. Like if I'd have just forever had a certain type of energy and a woman feel that from me, why would she want to get next to me? If I decided to just like look at all women like they incapable of doing certain things because of what my mother showed me, that would have literally blocked my blessings to meet a good woman. And it's crazy that it worked out that it's crazy that you got to end up being responsible. It's 333, that's tough. It's crazy that you got to end up being responsible about shit that you wasn't even supposed to be. That's crazy. And then now you got to deal with this shit in a responsible way. Let alone trying to figure out how to process the shit. You heard about this shit, and you literally gonna go the rest of your life and never experience what it feel like. I'm gonna go the rest of my life and never experience what it feel like to just be a kid and have a mother that actually loved me and cared about my well-being. To live the rest of my life on this planet never, ever, ever knowing what that feel like. And the closest thing that I could ever get to that is having my own family and watching my wife do it for my kids. And that is the definition of unconditional love. Is where you are now willing to accept that you may never get that. But you just happy that the kids that your kids that come from you, that they at least could get that. And that within itself, I feel like is healing. I feel like I will be healed through that experience where I have my family, my wife, my kids and all that. And I'm watching my wife love my kids in a way that I wanted my mom to love me. You know what I'm saying? Being compassionate, considering my emotions, just caring about me day to day, showing me love and affection, making me feel like I mattered to you as you know, as your son. And you know what I'm saying? That go deeper than itself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm still over all that, because I don't feel like I am. But what I will say is that I'm at least coming to terms with understanding that my mother played a huge role in how I interact with women, right? And it's crazy that we live in a world where, like I said, it come back to responsibility. Niggas gonna forever look at me a certain way if I don't handle a woman in a certain degree. I'm gonna get the finger pointed at me, right? When it starts in the home. But now I have to learn how to do everything on my own. And that's so tricky about life. It would make a lot of people give up, is that now you gotta process that you've been through all of this shit in your life. And if you don't make the right decisions, even though by default you're gonna make a million mistakes because you did not have no guidance, you've been through mad shit. Even if you make mistakes out here, you still gonna look bad, right? You know, you can have relationships, men out here that's just relationship, or women out here that's just going from man to man to man, different relationships. Now everybody judging her a certain way, when in reality, that just really says a lot about how she was raised and the way her parents made her feel. Like her parents made her feel like she didn't really matter. So now when a man is not really treating her to a certain degree, it's like she don't have that standard because she never got that standard from her father. It go deep. You know, my mom, I didn't really know how to treat a woman. Still learning how to treat a woman the best that I possibly can. And I would say that I do a great job, but I still got a lot of things that I could be better at, which is just being more compassionate. Because I think what's fucked up is that what also affected my relationship with Faith is that, hold on. And it's like, what also affected my relationship with Faith is like, just the compassion. Like, my mom's ain't had no compassion for me. So like, having to even process what it feels like to be compassionate. Oh yeah, I had to numb myself out to the lack of compassion that my own mother would show me. And see, in life, right? In life, you gotta adapt in order to survive. Because if I would have killed myself or not been able to survive the shit that I've been through, I just would have been another motherfucking statistic out here that don't even fucking matter. I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Like now, you know, they heard me talking about suicide. He was like, "Don't do that, King. Don't do that." And then like two niggas just was showing me love. Two street niggas too. Or that was real. But now I just become another statistic out here in this world that is like, oh, just, you know, a young kid that died, and nobody really would have even understood why I killed myself. Nobody would have never known, because why would my mother really vocalize what the fuck I went through to get to that point where I killed myself? Because now she's gonna have to live for the rest of her life taking in that and having everybody else look at her a certain way. And my mom never wanted to face, she would have never wanted to face that. And that's what also scared me about life. And why I think growing up, my fight or flight mode was so triggered in a very, very unhealthy way. Because my mother made me terrified of life. We're like, yo, she allowing her boyfriend to beat on me, and she don't give a fuck about me. And I done told her I done felt suicidal, or I don't feel like she loved me enough. Or even before that, when I was just young as hell, like a baby, nigga. Letting a grown man punch on me with his bare hands, nigga. I'm talking about really punching me like he fighting a grown man, nigga. I got real life bruises and I'm waking up aching and shit. And she not even coming to check on me and see if I'm good. She not about to try to hug me and hold me down. And it's like that shit made me a certain type of numb, my nigga. Where it's just like, it's hard for me to have compassion for other people, bro. So sometimes by default, I just come off a certain way. Where people may think that I'm just a bad person, when really I'm just a nigga that just, I've been through some fucked up shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Where like, now trying to be compassionate, like, you know, understanding a woman is emotional and they have their emotions. In my mind, I used to get mad, and I'm gonna say it in a real way, where I be like, bitch, fuck your emotions. I don't believe that you got emotions, bitch. You know why? Because why my mother ain't have emotions for me when I was getting beat on by her boyfriend and getting bruised up and all type of shit, and she didn't have emotions for that. So bitch, what emotions you talk about? What emotions you talk about that you got? Right? That's the shit that would get me mad and make me feel like a woman is trying to, women are trying to do some funny shit, like Faith was trying to do some funny shit to try to make me feel like I need to consider her emotions and she's an emotional person. Like, if I gotta understand that women are emotional beings, then that means I'm gonna have to go back and understand how numb my mother was. So now that's a whole nother battle psychologically within itself. Where it's like, now in order for me to understand you with your emotions, I have to go back and fully accept my mother was numb and you were And then now I have to separate the two. And even just talking about that shit, like, it's not easy. I mean, but me and her, so I feel like it would be easier if, like, in real life, where I could, like, see her, feel her all the time, and be around her. And we gonna be able to do that a lot more when I get my apartment. When I get my apartment, we don't gotta worry about these extra super fees that we gotta be paying with these Airbnbs. We could just go straight into just like paying a one-way, two-way bus trip that's way cheaper than having to pay for a bus trip for her to get here and an Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Like, this woman, Faith, loved me so much. When the whole COVID situation happened, bro, she was about to get the fucking vaccine just off the strength of that she wanted to see me and she missed me. I never had my mother make no fucking sacrifice like that for me. Where she about to sacrifice her whole body to take the vaccine. Nigga, to the point where she was just waiting on me to, she was like, yo, listen, I'll take the shit. And I had to tell her, like, nah, fuck that vaccine shit. And guess what? Nigga, she finagled away and allegedly she still don't got the vaccine and she's still able to come through. She took that kind of sacrifice just to be able to come fuck with me, nigga. And sometimes I be getting mad at myself because I feel like it'd be hard for me to really experience my fucking relationship because some of that shit is just really tough to fucking process. Like, damn. You know? So, yeah, that shit is crazy. So, I feel like I'm about to get off here. I feel like this live is long enough. I mean, if y'all got any questions, maybe some of y'all want me to touch on as far as like this topic that I'm speaking on, for me, holla at me. Pertaining to the topic of, you know, just, you know, maybe anything that got to do with my shit that I'm speaking on, like if you got a question or something that you want to piggyback off, whatever. I know it's not a lot of people in the building yet, so it's not going to be too much engagement going on, which is absolutely fine. I feel like I also want y'all to see me engaged like this in real time, but y'all could see that it's only been a couple people in this live stream the whole time, and not once did y'all see my energy shift like I actually gave a fuck. So y'all could really understand me more and take me in more as a person to understand that I'm really not an internet nigga. I don't care. Like, I just appreciate the fact that you even here in this moment with me on my Patreon. But, you know, yeah, like, it is what it is. Like, you know, niggas gonna pull up to the Patreon, nigga, eventually. When niggas see that I'm really not going live on that shit no more, bro. Like, gangster. But I say, yeah, like, you know, yeah, it's a tough topic to talk about, and that's why I did not want to talk about this shit on YouTube. That's number one. So this is exclusive, and yeah, that's what life is all about, man. Sometimes you got to get shit off your chest. You know, y'all get to engage with me, and experience just somebody in a real life, just really like living a truth, and really trying to work through certain things in a real way. You know, my mother, she was about to die like last month. She had like a random stroke. She had a random stroke. And she just woke up one day and she was just like numbed out like a zombie. She had piss in her pants and she was just standing there on some zombie shit. Just randomly. Right? And she had to go to the hospital. They had to, you know, she was in the hospital for a couple days and then she came back to normal. And even just having the process that I almost lost my mother, and I just kind of just would have already been like, I mean, it's sad that it got to be that way, that like really that I really almost lost my mother, and I really just had to accept that that was really what the majority of my life had to be with you, and then you just died. Like, that's crazy. But, you know, and then when she came back and she got healed up, I highly doubt that she even really thought about me. You know, I'm sure by default she probably did, but it's just like, what the fuck did I even do to that person for her to just feel like I didn't matter? But you know what it is? It goes back to just my pops. Like, and my pops ain't even a bad dude. It's just like a lot of these women out here, man, like if they don't have a good relationship with your dad, they just feel like they're not entitled to treat you as the child the right way. Because they in their mind, even if they go the single mother route, like, oh, all right, fuck that nigga. I'm gonna take his kid and I'm gonna raise him by myself and make him my own type of person. Even though we both had him together, but even then, I still feel like they have that resentment for you as their child by default because you still, like, it still was a business, it still was a 50-50 deal that y'all did with that kid. That you that do with that other person that you had a kid with. So, yeah, that's another topic within itself, man. Um, yeah, I'm glad I spoke about this. This felt good to speak about. Um, so yeah, I'm still working towards healing through all of that. Um, to really fully experience my own relationship and shit like that. I feel like the best way to heal from that, what I'm thinking, is to just like when they say let go, right? A lot of y'all don't really understand what let go means. But what it means to let go is to just accept. Once you accept, that is a way of letting go, right? If you shoot a jump shot and you miss, you can hold on to that miss and be tight, and now it's gonna affect all of the next different plays that you're about to have going forward. Or you can miss that shot, accept that you missed it, but also know that you are a great player. And you know that the only reason why you heard about that miss is because you know that you better than that. AKA correlation. I'm hurt that I didn't get to experience love with my mother, but I know that I will experience love through my own family, that I will create myself. And I have the power to create a beautiful family and help raise beautiful kids and have a beautiful wife you know, looks up to me as that leader. And I'm help molding her as well because of my influence as a man. So I can just chalk that up and just accept it, right? Accept it for what it is and move past it. But because of the person, right? Now there's two type of ways, right? Now you could miss a jump shot in a regular game. And you could, be like, all right, it's cool. It might be a little bit easier to get over that. But if you miss a jump shot in a championship game where it really count, it might not be that easy to just move past that. Especially when you know that you better than that. So like, with my mother, that's what it feel like. It just feel like it's going to take a little bit more work to really fully just accept that, because a part of my brain and my consciousness don't want to. A part of myself don't want to have to accept, like, yo, just accept for the rest of your fucking life that this is what the fuck it is, bro. Your mother has never loved you and she never will. And just even saying that shit and having to just, like, all right, word. Yeah, like that's painful. That's painful. And because of how painful it is, I feel like it's holding me back from a certain type of ascension that I can have as a spiritual being. So it's my duty to go to the lengths that I have to go to, whatever lengths I have to go to really accept that, because now, on a positive note, it's already a fact. It's already what it is. So now the only thing holding me back is me. It's not like to this day, she's still hurting me. She not. Well, what's hurting me is that just day to day, just really accepting that she really just keeping that same energy and not really gonna, I guess, try to make up for time lost that we've had. But also what's holding me back is just not just accepting that that's just what it is. Like, yo, bro, listen, you're 27 now. You know what I'm saying? Your mom is definitely not about to love you in a certain way now, because now you a fully grown man. So that shit is really out the window. You're never gonna get that for the rest of your life. So now you have to focus on, you have to make your life worth living. You have to go get something that can make you feel like it's worth it to be out here and be motivated and feel good and feel love. You got to go find that yourself. And if you don't, and if you don't, and if you don't, right? And I think that's what's tough about the spiritual journey, is having to accept shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's the beauty of it. Because once you get to that level where you fully overcome that, and I fully feel like I can just accept what it is that I had to go through and what I can ever go through, I'm gonna be a different type of strong out here. So that's what I do with my family. Except for me, wife, if we hang with any parents, it's literal witchcraft done to us and our kids. They have hate in their hearts. That's another topic right here, bro. Because I feel like, I know my mother is gonna be jealous of me, right? My aunties is gonna be jealous of me. You know why? Because they see that I have that resilience to build myself up to not only, first of all, when I went to go visit my mother, rekindle in my mother and my auntie's eyes that they admire me in a way where, like, they wish that there was more men like me out here. And I seen that in their eyes. But they was also holding it back. They didn't want to really like, for me, like, let me feel that. And it's like, damn, that's the least you could fucking do, everything I had to go through with y'all bitches. That's the least y'all could fucking do. Is at least give me my credit and make me feel good about who I've become through the shit that y'all put me through. But that goes back to accountability. They don't want to take accountability for what they caused. They don't want to take the accountability that the reason why I've become who I've become is because of overcoming the shit that they put me through. They don't want to accept that. You know? And that's what that you deal with, bro, probably come from. Just feel a certain way about that certain reason. Because I'm telling y'all, man, people just be jealous of people's relationships by default. To be married to somebody and love them and have kids with them, and then y'all having probably sex and shit, like, they probably miserable. They don't have no connection with nobody. They don't have that deep love for somebody where y'all building in life together. They probably don't have that, and they miserable. So invested in your life because of maybe shit that they put y'all through before y'all got to that point where now y'all enjoying y'all relationship together outside of that. Where now they have to sit with the reason why y'all just so focused on yourselves and your own relationship is because of them pushing you away with the way that they treated you. So now when you accept that you got pushed away and you living your own life with your wife and all that, now it's a problem too. That's where it becomes witchcraft, because it's like, are you just never gonna be fucking satisfied, bro? Like, just accept that I'm hurt by the shit that we've been through. So either we could go about this two ways. Either we could really, like, move past this together and really acknowledge the shit that happened and really work towards moving past that in the right way, where I feel like you taking me in and accepting the pain that you caused me, which 9 out of 10 times don't happen, which means that we're gonna go the other route. I'm just gonna forget about you. I'm gonna live my fucking life, and you gonna just leave me the fuck alone, and I talk to you when I talk to you, bro. I respect you as my parents, whatever, but you stay over there, and I'm gonna stay over here, because even being around you is gonna be painful for me, because you think that you don't have to take responsibility for the pain that you caused me. And that's how the pain that I felt when I went to go visit my mother. It felt like she didn't really feel like she had to really take responsibility and accountability for the fuck shit that she fucking put me through, nigga. And that is painful, right? So for example, that correlates back to my relationship. I'm about to read your comment in a minute, right? That correlates back to now, if I'm having an argument with my girlfriend and I feel like she's not maybe taking accountability for something I feel like she's done, right? I may take it a little bit overboard to like where it reminds me it feels for my own fucking mother to do that. Not take accountability for the shit, that pain that she caused. You know, blatantly ruining my relationship with my baby moms. Calling my baby moms and talking shit about me to make my baby moms look at me different to the point my baby moms actually left me, took my son from me, all that other shit, like letting your boyfriend abuse me, you know, letting me starve in the basement, not cooking for me. You know, when it was wintertime and I ain't had no job, I couldn't even turn the heat on. You was barking at me for turning the heat on. I'm in the basement freezing my ass off, and in order for me to just even move around in the basement, I had to put on fully clothed. I had to be fully clothed. I had to wake up every day and put on clothes, like a jacket and everything, just to sit in the basement where I was living at in my mom's crib, nigga. That's where the pain in my body come from. You said my first daughter had no issues. Then at the birth of my second daughter's birth, we let my mother-in-law come to the hospital. She touched my daughter and she started itching crazy to the point of blood. Nigga, what? Wait a minute. Yeah, praying for them. That's crazy, Faith, right? He said, thank you, Faith. We are great now. We cut them off. My brother and everyone. Marriage is great. Everything. Marriage is great and everything. The past couple of years. Okay, that's great, bro. That's great. Because you did what you had to do. And sometimes, you know, I be having these conversations with my wife as well, where I tell her, you know, listen, man, it may be hard for you to accept Faith, but because these people did not appreciate you and love you in the right way, and even just like lead you in the right direction as like your older brothers, you can't really give them the luxury of you when you get to that certain level and how much work you got to put in to even get to that level. And that's where I just feel like I'm at with my parents and the niggas that put me through shit in my family. Like, I got to put in all this work to heal from that shit that y'all niggas put me through. And now I got to heal from that shit just to bring you back? Just to bring you back? Fuck no, nigga. Because you the fucking reason why I got to put in all this fucking work. And then now I got to put in all this work behind closed doors just to fucking let you come right back? Fuck you, nigga. Word. He said, but if we let them in, we will be arguing and all kinds of issues. Suddenly, that's how it goes. Yo, Faith, sounds kind of familiar, don't it? I feel like we could relate to that. If you know, you know. Faith, word. So yeah, baby, definitely got to keep my distance for the sake of our love and peace. I'm telling you, man, because that go deep, man. But this was a great live stream. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get off here now. I had a good time on live with y'all. I got a lot more great live streams coming soon. Right? I want to ask y'all right before I get off here. It's not really nobody in here right now, but for anybody who is in here, right? Yo, Faith, right? When I went live, how did you know I was live? Like, what did that Patreon app do to let you know that I was live? Like, did it do something to let you know that I was live right now, or no? Or maybe we could talk about this more when I get off this shit, because you the only person in here right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited for this Patreon. I got me a tripod. Let me try to show you my tripod that I've been using the whole time since I've been on live. This is my new tripod that I just got. This is what I've been recording on the whole time. So you said the app didn't do nothing? Oh, so you didn't know. All right, so what about... Damn. That's tricky. Because if they don't notify y'all, then yeah, the best I could do is just like right before I'm about to go live. All right, this is the best I could do, right? The best I could do is just like if I'm going to set up a day where I know for sure this day I'm going live. And then you know, just I would say keep your notifications on. Yeah, that's weird that it says that if you in here. Yeah. But keep your notifications on for the app in general so that when I message you and I tell you I'm about to go live, that you know and you can just like see that I messaged you and pull up. So let's just do that, right? But this is a great live stream. See, I got my tripod. We about to take this shit serious. And I'm gonna holler at y'all soon, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Got a lot more great content. Another thing I want to say too is like, yeah, me and Faith gonna do a collab, and we are not getting on YouTube, right? Because the last YouTube live that we did, it was like 150 people. It was mad shit going on. Um, so yeah, me and Faith, when Faith pull up next month, be look out for that. We gonna do like some vlogs for the Patreon. Like I told, I'm not posting nothing personal on my YouTube channel, bro. Like y'all niggas on my YouTube channel, not even gonna get a vlog of me and my girl. Like not even that. All of that shit I'm keeping on my Patreon at. All of that shit that were me and her chopping it up about shit. Me and my homies chopping it. I would say this, the only live streams that I may do on YouTube is this. I may do a fitness live stream where like if I go live and I'm doing push-ups, I may do that. And if I do another collab with like another YouTuber, then I'll do that. But that's it. As far as me just randomly going live, talking about certain shit, I get the point. But yeah, we gonna talk more soon, y'all. Love y'all. Peace, man.